Here's why it's easier to sell high ticket services to high ticket clients than going after low ticket clients. And so what's up everybody, my name is Jordan, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys an issue that I think a lot of digital marketers are having when they're first starting their agency. So I've reached out to a lot of people in my Facebook group. I'm always, asking questions to see how I could help. And one of the questions I always ask is, how is your agency going? What you're currently doing, what's working, what's not working. And, I always ask them what they're feeling stuck with. And they always kind of say, one of the common questions is, not a common question, but a common thing that most marketers are feeling stuck with is that they are stuck with working with low ticket clients. Now, low ticket clients is anywhere below 2,000 really when you first charge. But these people, these marketers, these digital marketers who are starting out, I'm seeing that they are charging $250 to $750, which is anything below 1,000. For me, I look at it as anything above 1,000 is high ticket to me. But really now we're starting to up the bar. Really, it's high ticket is more like 5,000 to some people. It's really based on perspective. But for me, as of right now, my part of my agency, where I'm at in my journey, anything that is 2,000 above for me is high ticket. Eventually, I'm gonna try to get it up to 5,000, and then that's gonna be my new high ticket standard. But as far as low ticket, anything below 1,000 is definitely low ticket. So if you're working with clients that are paying you, $250 to $750, and you just don't know how to charge more, try to get to that 1,000 to that 1,500 to that 2,000 mark, then here's a video why in this video I'm gonna be sharing with you guys why working with high ticket clients is actually a lot easier to sell than what you're currently doing. Because doing things for 250 to 500 bucks, and you are, setting up the whole entire campaign, getting results, answering their questions, your clients' questions, making improvements, and doing all this thing, and you're just getting burnt out, right? You know that your value isn't 500 bucks, and so it gets really tough, and the business is just not sustainable. Because another downside to working with low ticket clients is that these low hanging fruits, they're not the best clients to work with, right? Most of the time you're going to hear, after a month or so, you're going to hear that they can no longer afford your services. They can't afford marketing, they can't afford your ad budget, whatever it is. It's really tough, right? So the difference between high ticket and low ticket clients is not only that you can charge more, but you're also working with higher quality clients. So I'm just going to start using this board so we can get some numbers here. So anything above 2,000. Bruh. Geez, that looks terrible. Let's erase that. Whoa. So like we said here, anything above, as of right now where my bar is, anything above $2,000 is high ticket, right? So that's where, like I said, that's where I'm at on my journey. But there's people out there that charges, $5,000. That is high ticket. So we can say anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 is going to be high ticket. But for sure, anything below $1,000 is low ticket, right? So that's what we have established here. And here are the reasons why it's easier to sell high ticket services, is because when you are working, like we said, when you're working with low ticket clients, people are, you're working with, I guess, more, these people are going to be more, they're going to haggle you. They're going to try to negotiate with you. They're going to try to get the lowest price possible to get the most out of you, right? They're going to squeeze every little part to get the most while paying the least. And even then, they're still not going to be satisfied. They're going to continuously complain, right? And when you work with high ticket client, you're charging a premium price for a premium service, and you're working with premium people, right? These people are more willing to pay more because they know on their end that they're going to make money, and because they're good at what they do. And so if they pay a premium price for a premium service, they're going to provide premium results themselves, and it's just going to be a lot easier way for your agency to not have to deal with the headaches, right? If you're working with low ticket clients, I'm sure you guys know, you guys are answering questions, they are after you, hey, why is it this today? How come it didn't work today like it did yesterday? They're just gonna find a bunch of complaints, anything to complain about, right? And so if you just compare high ticket, low ticket, if your low ticket clients are kind of like, you know, people like my mom going to like Chinatown, right? They're going to sit there at the kiosk and try to negotiate for hours, for an hour or so, just to get a couple dollars off. You know what I mean? What compared to a high ticket client, someone that is more high value, they're going to go into a Rolex store or Porsche store, and they're not going to be able to negotiate. First of all, Rolex and stuff, they're not going to negotiate on these pricings or anything like that. If you go to a Porsche car dealership, even if you're buying a used car, you can't negotiate for them to break off, reduce a lot for on that vehicle, right? And the reason is because people who are high ticket, they're more invested into it. They already know what they want, right? So if they know that they want a certain goal or desire, then if paying that amount is going to get them there, their mind is already set up on it, right? So people who are willing to pay these premium prices, they are already set in their mind that that's what they want and that's what they're willing to pay for, right? People below 1,000, you kind of convince them. Then you're kind of just like the rest of everybody else, making the promise of trying to be the cheapest, right? You don't want to try to be the cheapest. It's all about perspective. If you ever looked at two different products, right? One product is, let's say it's $20 and the other product is $200. Well, you're going to automatically think that there's something's up, right? The $200 product is probably a better quality product compared to the $20 one, right? You might look at the $20 one and it's like made in China and it doesn't have the great materials or whatever it is, right? But if the you look at the $200 ones and there's there's patents on it, it's made in the US, whatever it is, better material. So that's really the difference, guys, is that when you surround yourself with more high ticket premium people, you're going to have less headaches because you're going to be able to work with more just better quality overall people, and the more of that you have inside your agency, you're going to have a much more sustainable business, and the agency life is going to go a lot better. I had a recent question on one of my videos asking, hey Jordan, like if you are scaling up and you're going to have a ton of clients, how do you deal with all the customer service, right? The questions that comes in. How do you deal with answering all that and getting back to everybody? And my answer to that was simply, I don't get a lot of questions, to be honest with you. As far as like my agency side, where my clients are, I hardly ever get questions. I don't really have to provide a whole lot of customer service or customer support, right? Every now and then we'll get a question here and there, how we can improve things and stuff like that, or they have some type of issue that we can solve it really quickly. But most of the time we don't really get a lot of problems from these type of clients. And I charge anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 as of right now. And this is per month. That's per month, and that's all profit. All right, so this isn't including ad spend or anything like that. Ad spend is completely separate. That's paid directly to the platforms, but this is what we profit. This is how much I charge clients, right? So I used to charge below 1,000, guys. Don't get me wrong. I did go there. When I first started off my journey, I was charging as low as $500, $750, $850. And as I gained more confidence, and I knew that I can get better results, I started charging more, right? I went up to the 1,500 to 2,000, 2,500, and now at 3,000. And eventually we're going to try to get it up to 5,000 to 10,000, right? So it's really, I guess, everybody's journey is going to be different. You don't have to be, oh my goodness, like I need to be charging 2,000 right now or anything like that, right? You just need to gain more confidence, get more experience. But starting out, guys, just so that you know it's possible for your pricing, you can definitely charge $1,000 minimum. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an expert or a complete newbie, right? $1,000 is completely doable. You just need to find the right businesses. And for anyone that is below 1,000, if it doesn't take up a lot of your time, if you can just automate it really quickly, put it together, then if you think it's worth it, then yeah, you can do that. But going out, putting together a campaign, and as far as running ads and putting together a marketing campaign for clients below 1,000 is really low. I would do minimum of $1,000 even for complete newbies, right? So you can charge, that's how much you can price your services. But like I said, guys, the difference between a low ticket client and a high ticket client is just the quality of the client that you're going to be working with, right? People below 1,000, unless you're getting them amazing results, and if you are getting them amazing results, you should be charging more anyways. But even if you're not getting the best results, these clients are, they're going to haggle you. They're going to be on you. They're going to complain about every little thing. And they're not going to stay on with you as long as you would hope them to, right? So as far as like my clients, I know that most of my clients, they're going to stay on for a very long time, 6 months minimum, and that is not on a contract or anything like that. I do a month-to-month contract, so all my clients can cancel anytime, and we never had any issues as far as client retention or things like that. So we're really confident every time we sign a new client that we're going to keep them for 6 months plus, and most of my clients are actually at the 12-month plus mark right now, and I'm actually going to start prospecting again because this whole lockdown is starting to end. Things are starting to open up. People are realizing that even though there was a lockdown, digital marketing was still there to get results. So even with the whole lockdown and stuff like that, my clients, they still continue to pay me, and they still continue to get results throughout the whole pandemic stuff. Even though things are looking like to get better, things are starting to open up a little bit more, especially here in California. We haven't completely opened up, but it has made improvements. So that is my take on why it's easier to sell high ticket services than it is to sell low ticket services, right? So really, like I said, the main difference is you're working with someone who already knows what they want. They go into a Rolex store, a Porsche store, a Rolls Royce store, a Lamborghini store. They know they want the car, they know what they want, and they know the price. They're gonna pay for it, right? They know what they want, they're gonna pay for it. Below 1,000, it's more like, all right, I'll do it if you give me a good price. It's kind of like my, most Asian moms or whoever, or your moms, your grandmas, whatever. You know that they're gonna go to Chinatown, they're gonna go to a swap meet, and they're gonna haggle you and sit there for 30 minutes to an hour just to get $2 off, right? And so it's super funny to me, but it's totally true, right? And that's really the difference, guys. And it's not for me. I'm not trying to knock anyone that's charging below $1,000 or anything like that. But I'm just letting you guys know the comparison between being able to charge a little bit more and charging less, right? You're going to be working with more people who are more decisive compared to people who are more going to think about it because they're more tight on their budget or whatever it is, right? So there's no right or wrong way. But if you do want to charge more, then that is something that is possible, right? And as far as low ticket services, like I said, I've done it before, especially when I first started out. But as you get more experience and knowledge, you're going to be able to charge more, or you're going to want to charge more anyways. You're not going to want to be stuck at charging $500 all the time, right? So that is my take on low ticket, high ticket services. If you guys thought this video was helpful whatsoever, give it a big thumbs up, put a comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions, if anything I missed out, let me know your thoughts on the difference between high ticket and low ticket services, high ticket and low ticket clients. What are your experience with it, and what type of clients you guys would rather work with, right? So subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell, I was gonna say gang, because we have that part 3 of the mini training series coming out. I'm gonna be showing you guys how I am getting results for my clients, keeping them happy, keeping them retained, and paying me every single month. More importantly, keeping them happy and keeping everything profitable. So if you guys want to see that, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. We got a mini training series. I'm literally training you guys, teaching you guys the systems inside my agency, how I start and scale my agency, how you can start and scale your own agency, and just A to Z. That mini training series is live. So if you haven't seen the first two parts, part 1 and part 2, part 1 we talked about the whole all the prospecting methods, so that you can use it to outreach to potential clients. Part 2 was my VCL system, where I teach you guys how I close all my high ticket clients without having to do any of the talking or being a good salesperson, because I'm not good at sales whatsoever. So I have the whole entire VCL system take care of all that for me. And in part 3, we're going to talk about fulfillment. So if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.